What's going on, guys? This is Aaron from Departures Capital, and we're here with Dr. Arthur Halleran, President, CEO, and Director of Trillion Energy. It's a pleasure to have you back on, Arthur. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great, and thanks for having me back on your show.
Yes, I'm excited to be talking about your recent news. So you recently released news on the results of the second well, AK3, in Trillion's 17-well program. What were the results of drilling?
So the Akachoka 3 was a re-entry of an existing or older well that was been producing. So there was an issue of retrieving a fish. That's something that's locked on the borehole. We were concerned it was going to take a fair bit of time, but actually we managed to get it out in 3 or 4 days. And then we identified 34 meters of gas-bearing sand in 3 separate intervals. And so we decided to start from the top because I have a lot of experience in completing wells, and it's best to start from the top and work your way down. So when we perforated at the top 7 meters of sand, I was actually at the rig on the Black Sea when we did this. There was such a large pressure increase in the borehole, and you can imagine you have all the water column in the borehole. And then the well tested in excess of 7 million cubic feet per day. And we knew that this then meant that this reservoir was never touched before. It was never in communication with any other perfs, and that it is a new gas zones. And so we made a decision to not perforate any more of the other sands and just put that one on production.
Yeah, that's great. So, what were the technical issues involved in drilling this well? And, when will it be generating revenue for Trillion? I guess that's what we're focused on.
Yeah, that's correct. I mean, and again, the reason why I just decided to stop at this upper zone is because you can't tell if the 2 other zones are in communication with water because it's an old borehole. And that was the issue. There was a bunch of wire line and other stuff in the borehole that had to be taken out. And the really good thing is with Akachoka 2, the southern well that we drilled, that well was put on production. We were anticipating towards the end of November. We actually put that one on the 1st of November, so we get early production. And this well was put on production. The Akachoka number 3 was put on production yesterday. And I don't know exactly the rate. We'll find out in the next day or two. But that means with these 2 wells, our cash flow should be in the order of about $3 million US a month, which then means we're getting a couple of months of really good cash flow before the end of 2022. And just these 2 wells will generate 34 million, 36 million, 34 million to Trillion per year. We've already turned now this well recompletion over to our TPAO, our partner, which they do the production. And because we have to move the rig to the northern side and how it does it, the hydraulics out. So we're in that process right now. That takes about 3 days, 4 days. And then we're going to start our next new drill, which will then target existing a known pool that's never been produced. And that will take about 45 to 48 days. So we should it'll be either December or January, we'll have 3 wells on production. And we're still getting $31 right now, US an MCF. So we're really making some good money.
So what is the next well Trillion will be targeting in the development program? And when will the drilling start? You mentioned that you should have 3 wells on by, in a month or 2.
Yeah, so the next well we'll be drilling will be actually starting in probably 3 days. And so that would be probably November 26th in that range. And we'll be drilling for 45, 48 days. And then that well will come on production. The only thing that happens is that we're trying to save $1 million. So we're going to probably drill this surface hole for one of the wells and not move that equipment off and drill the surface hole for the second well and then finish the second well and then go back to the first one and redo that. So, but that still means we'll still have another well on towards the end of January, and then really quickly after that, we'll have another one. And the program basically has about 2 wells coming on production every quarter.
Yeah, lots to come, and we're definitely excited to cover that. So, what is your outlook on natural gas prices heading into winter, given the extreme shortages continuing in Turkey and Europe?
So I believe that, like, in our environment there in Turkey, for the rest of 2022, we're going to be in the $30 range. We were already in the $30 range towards October and November, and we'll find out end of November, beginning of December, the price, but I'm pretty sure it'll be $30. And then we're going to have the cold season because it's winter. So the first part of 2023, it should be still north of $25, if not in the order of $30. So that's that part. And we'll have a lot of wells on production. The important thing is to capture the high price to pay off your capex. But that being all said, as I said in my other interviews and so on, this project is economic at $8 to $9 an MCF. So if we go from 31 to 20 or 22 or even 18 and a half, it still is very, very good for us. But I do not believe that the price of gas in the next year or so is going to go below $20.
Yeah, no, the fundamentals are definitely there for higher gas prices. What are some of the major catalysts that investors, prospective shareholders should be looking out for other than the wells? Are there anything else that you're excited for, or is that your main focus?
Yeah, that's the main focus. I mean, we might slide in an exploration well on the block in, maybe middle of 2023. But I think that the whole process, or the whole thing about this project, and the reason why our shares are undervalued, is people or the investors did not believe what is there, because I think they looked at it and said, no, this is too good to be true. And so I'm just a bit hesitant of it because there's no mystery. But I think when we did the first well, they go, oh, that's great. Now we've done the second well, and our shares today went up to 51, 52 cents. And then when we do the third well, because the reserves are there, it's just an engineering exercise. And then the fourth well, people are going to realize that, hey, this project is just a moneymaker. It's just an engine that generates cash flow. And then, to answer your question about exploration or future stuff, we'll use that cash flow to actually try to look for something a lot larger, even though SASB is a company maker in itself, because we can invest money on this block for many, many years.
Yeah, there's great opportunity there. So finally, where should investors go for more information on the company? Where should we go?
So they can go, of course, on our website. We have all social media, and they can go on our website, and they can send an email to our info, and we will make sure that they get on our mail out. Every week we put out a Trillion dispatch, and also I have my weekly drilling report put out at that same mail out, and any other new stuff too. So that's the way it is, because I believe that the company should be very transparent in the flow of information.
I agree. Communication is key. So thank you so much for the information, Arthur. Best of luck, and sounds like things are going well. So I hope that continues.
Yeah, great. Thanks a lot for the chat.
If you like these videos, kindly hit that subscribe button and the bell for notifications. Drop us a comment down below. We'd love to hear from you. And finally, always remember, Departures Capital is for information, education, and entertainment purposes only. Don't buy or sell a stock because you heard it on here. Buy or sell a stock because you've done your research, you've done your thorough due diligence, and you're making your own personal investment decisions for yourself. This video is not financial advice. Furthermore, this video may or may not have been sponsored by the companies that we've profiled within this video, and we may or may not own shares of any of the profiled companies in this video. If you want to know the full disclosure details, check the description down below, along with thoroughly reading our disclaimer. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and I look forward to seeing you in our next video.